Hi, I'm Paul. I represent Villiera Wines. I'm here to speak to you today about the Villiera Tradition Brut Rose. The Villiera Tradition Brut Rose is one of South Africa's most best-loved and well-known rosé bubblies. Villiera was in fact the first estate to produce a rosé version of Method Classique. But as the name tradition would imply, Villiera has a very long-standing tradition of making Method Classique. So it all began back in 1984 when the Villiera owner and salon master Jeff Greer traveled to France. He traveled extensively, but he especially focused his travels in Champagne, being a Champagne fan and an avid Champagne drinker. During this time he met a Frenchman by the name of Jean-Louis Denoir, and this then led to a friendship and eventually kind of a mentorship program whereby Jeff got advice from Jean-Louis Denoir initially and then started to produce a local version of Champagne, as it's known today, Method Classique. Basically, the whole process will obviously begin in the vineyard. We harvest the grapes slightly underripe, so you actually harvest the grapes that you use for Method Classique before the grapes that you use for still wines. So the acidity is high and the fruity flavors in the grapes are still rather subdued because the grapes are a little bit underripe. Once we bring the grapes into the cellar, we give it a very gentle press in the press, so you're only drawing off the very best of the juice. That's known as cuvée in France. The varieties that we use for Brut Rosé are essentially red grapes, so we use the traditional Champagne varieties, Pinot Meunier, Pinot Noir, and we add a little bit of a local twist with the addition of Pinotage, because Pinotage lends a lot of fruit and lovely sort of ripe berry characteristic to the bubbly. There's a bit of Chardonnay in it as well, but the Pinotage, being a red skin variety, is essentially what lends the colour, the beautiful sort of salmon rose pink colour to the bubbly. So once you've pressed your four varieties separately, you then blend that cuvée juice together. You create the blend of the base wine, and then you put the base wine in the bottle and you add that second dose of yeast and sugar. You put a crown seal on, and then this is where the magic occurs, because then in fact the wine will undergo second fermentation in the bottle, and that is what creates that lovely delicate bead, the bubble in the bubbly. Here we believe in embracing life, so use Method Classique not only for celebrations, but celebrate life, embrace every day, and please come visit us at Villiera for some of our lovely tradition Method Classique.